I'm on an A road on the F850 GSA, just to see what it's like on the road, on a bit of road touring if you like. And to be honest, it's not a million miles away from my 1250. I've got the standard GS 850. It's not the GSA, but this is the 850 GSA, and it doesn't feel that dissimilar to my 1250. Okay, we've got 400cc difference. This is actually a 853cc, but the tank, obviously it's a lot bigger. My tank on the 1250 standard GS is 20 litres. This is 23 litres. If you went up to the 1250 full adventure GSA, that would be a 30 litre tank, and I've heard some people say that that's just too big. Unless you're doing long distances, you're in big countries doing, you know, vast amounts of mileage, overlanding, then yeah, I guess that would be useful. She certainly handles the corners lovely. It's nice and smooth and planted, and it feels well balanced. I'm going to use the cruise control just here, so you push that to right, push that little lever forward, and there we are in cruise control. It's exactly the same more or less as the my 1250. So we've got the cruise control, as I say, you've got the hazard warning switch there, you've got your fog light button here, and then you've got your dynamic traction control button. So you push that up, that can deactivate the traction control. Pressing it down, you can adjust the electronic suspension. You've got your menu rocker switch here, so when you're navigating through the menus on the TFT, you can navigate through to navigation. So I'll just flick that down. It's telling me I'm on the A6 now to Market Harborough. Go back up, and you can connect your phone and media. I'm not connected mine because it's a hire bike, so I'm just using the navigation. Your indicator switch is dead easy to use here. It's just within a thumb's distance away from the handlebar. Your horn, standard horn on the bike, not great, but do the job, I guess. It's a nice sat up position. My arms aren't overstretched, slightly kinked. I'm 5'9". It's a nice seating position. I think the handlebars seem a little bit narrower than my 1250, possibly an inch or so or something like that, I don't know, but it just feels like they're slightly narrower, but it's this nice touring position. Yeah, moving over to the right hand side of the switch gear, you've got the SOS button. If you have that extra feature, that extra package, you flip the switch up. Oh yeah, big bump there, and obviously you can press that and that will connect you automatically to the control desk if it's an emergency. You've got the mode switch here, so you press the mode button, it'll rotate from road, dynamic, enduro, rain mode. Let's put it into dynamic mode. You have to dip the clutch just to set it into the relevant riding mode. The switch on top of that on the mode button is the heated grips button. So each time you press that, the grips will warm up, and there's 3 modes. The mirrors are great, they do exactly what they're supposed to do, no vibration at all, so they're quite good. Yeah, I like them. The windshield on the front of the bike is quite good, I would say. It does exactly what it needs to. I'm 5'9". Obviously it just seems like it's a little bit lower than the 1250. You could flick this down or push that forward and it just goes down, probably what's that, an inch or 2 or 3 inches. Yeah, so up, down, quite easy operatable. You have a USB socket here, standard USB socket. So that's quite useful. Just flip that down there and you've got your USB charger. Now this is the sat-nav bracket. You can get an adapter so you can put your phone in and it's a wireless charger whilst it's on the sat-nav bracket. What you can do, you can control the phone sat-nav, the BMW app, by this switch here, the rotation button. So yeah, so that's quite good. Along with the windshield, there's feels like I've got lots of wind protection from the tank. As you can see, it sticks out quite wide there because it's got a 23 litre tank, and the bars are standard on the standard GS and the GSA, so you've got engine protection bars there. The seat is really comfortable. Obviously it's designed to do a lot of miles. It's designed for overlanding, pushing out the hundreds of miles, so you're going to be sat on this for a long time. So BMW put a really nice comfortable seat on it, and this just feels exactly the same as my 1250 one, so really comfortable. And as I say, it's a really nice seating position as well. So the big sell from BMW is that the 850 is a travel enduro for globetrotters that are as comfortable on long distances as they are off-road. So this is a overlander bike. You can clock up thousands of miles on this bike, whether it be road touring or going off-road. It's capable for both terrains. If you do opt for the standard GSA, then there are a lot of features that you get on the bike. If you wanted to pay a little bit more and get the TE variant, then you get a few more extras like the ESA electronic suspension, etc. And I'll come on to those in a second. But let me just tell you what you get standard on the GSA. So you will get rain and road riding modes, ABS Pro, LED lights and indicators, adjustable brake and clutch lever. So you can see this dial here, it's got 1 to 5. So if you've got short pinkies or long pinkies, you can alter the clutch lever to shorten it or extend it to whatever your dimensions are, and obviously that's on the clutch and on the brake lever on the right there. It comes with the comfort seat as standard and the stainless steel luggage rack. Now if you do opt for the TE variant, then you get a few more goodies, a few more electronic gadgets, one of them being the Gear Shift Pro, so you don't have to use the clutch, you can just use the foot gear changer. I'll show the automatic gear assist. I'll do it from second, so second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, goes straight up to 6th gear, no clutch required using the automatic gear assist. You get the heated grips on the TE variant. You also get the pannier fastenings for the aluminium panniers. Also with the TE variant you get the additional LED fog light, full LED headlight included daytime running light, and riding mode Pro, dynamic, enduro, included rain and road, plus the MSR. The GSA 850 comes with a chain, it's not shaft driven, so given the choice I think I'd opt for a shaft driven bike, so there's less maintenance, but the advantages with the chain is you can change the linkage and you can change some of the setup on the chain there. Now the GS 1250 has the notorious 1250cc boxer twin engine, and that has 134 brake horsepower and a speed of 200 km an hour, that's 124 miles per hour. So there's not much difference on the top speed compared to the 850. It comes with electronic injection, a 3-way catalytic converter, 21-inch spoked front wheel, which is better for off-roading, gets over those obstacles easier, and we have a spoked rear 17-inch wheel. We have double 305mm front discs with 2 piston floating calipers at the front, and a single 265 rear disc on the rear with a single piston floating caliper. The frame of the 850 is a bridge type steel frame in a shell construction. We have conventional upside down front forks, 230mm travel on the front forks and 215mm travel on the rear. The rear suspension is an aluminium swing arm, central shock absorber and hydraulic spring preload adjustment and adjustable shock absorber. Yeah, it's really nice around these bends. So if you wanted to have some fun on the A roads, B roads, then it's quite capable of doing that. So I was just speaking to the lady that was riding this bike, and she's just ridden up from London, or she did yesterday, with a partner who was on the back. So that's a bit boring on the motorway, no cruise control, but she was saying she's looking to get something like this. Nice to have the cruise control on the motorway. She said that would be nice, and they've just gone into the Scandimania cafe over there for a coffee. So nice. I'm in Uppingham in the east of England, and the county of Rutland, and I would say just manoeuvring the GSA around in the towns, it's quite manoeuvrable, but it's not that big that it's too cumbersome to move around, even though the engine's slightly higher than the Boxer engine on the 1250. Let's just see how it pulls off, if you really wanted to give it some. I mean, it goes straight up to 60 within just 2 or 3 seconds. It's not bad. I don't know why you would want any more torque than that. Emergency stop. Yep, quite good. So this GSA 850 is a serious contender for the natural progression coming down in the big bike adventure tourer. You can bring the weight, the size, the cost down, and it does just as good a job as the big 1250. Yeah, it's very nice, I really like it. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, guys. It is really appreciated. It's quite humbling. It does take a lot of time. I know you don't want to hear how long it takes to edit a video, but when I see people hitting the like button or subscribing or the bell notification, it is quite humbling and does make me happy. So make DMT happy, make Dasmatron Motorcycle Trips happy.